For those just struggling to get by, it becomes even more difficult to thrive. The opportunities that we so easily take for granted are sometimes much harder to come by for marginalized communities. That is where Project Access comes in. Founded in '99, this organization has grown to 60 different centers in 5 different states. Project Access is an NGO that provides a broad range of resources to those who might not normally have access to them. Their mission is to be a leading provider of vital on-site health, education, and employment services to low-income families, children, and seniors, so that they can break the cycle of poverty, become healthier, further educated, and financially stable. They do this by providing resources and services ranging from ESL classes to computer and printer access, self-esteem courses, after-school programming, morning daycare, free summer lunches for kids, food distribution, community building events, and many other programs that the residents of that community may want or need. Project Access serves people of all ages and racial backgrounds. 51% of those served by the organization are 18 or younger, with 44% being adults aged 19 to 54. Additionally, the plurality of those served are Latinx at 38%. They're also living at or below the poverty line. The program that I worked with was their after-school program, also known as ASP or Escuelita. Here we helped kids with homework, gave them snacks and activities to keep them busy. Because the Valley Palms location is in a gang hotspot, ASP hopes to keep the kids engaged so they have opportunities outside of gang life. Other research conducted by Robin Wright, Lindsay John, et al. Found that there is an increase in prosocial behavioral development as well as bonding with peers after participation in these after-school programs. What this means is that programs like those offered by Project Access are allowing students to establish more positive and meaningful connections within the classroom. Yen serves as the Resident Services Coordinator at Orchard Glen and Casa Real. In this role, she is the one facilitating the very services that makes Project Access what it is. Providing resources to residents, Yen is directly participating in community building and establishing solidarity. She is an architect of solidarity. Much like Martin Luther King Jr. and Dean Brackley, I believe that solidarity is standing with someone rather than simply for them. Also, as Gregory Boyle and Dorothy Day might agree, I think that compassion and empathy towards others different than ourselves is an important component of solidarity, particularly so that we can recognize our common humanity. Yen has been working with Project Access for over a year now, and her story for why she joined is a relatable one. She didn't initially seek out nonprofits to work at, but after seeing what Project Access did for its community, she felt compelled to apply. This relates back to Peter Singer's discussion of motivations for altruism. Yen did not have a personal or necessarily emotional compulsion to work nonprofit, but upon seeing the good she could do, made the logical decision to apply. While Singer may not say that Yen is an effective altruist by working there, she is following some of his logic. Another major way in which Yen, as a resident services coordinator, is an architect of solidarity is through her and the organization's regular check-ins with the community. Yen and other workers continually receive feedback from residents and will periodically have meetings where they discuss what the residents would like to see Project Access offer or do. Much research has shown that organizations which actively engage with and listen to their community members see greater community development. A study conducted by California State University at Long Beach found that involvement with community school outreach programs resulted in positive changes in kids, their parents, parent-school relationships, or even relationships with the community more broadly. By making the community members' voices heard and respected, Yen is facilitating a growing solidarity between the organization and residents. These check-ins allow collaboration between residents as they discuss and decide on what they would collectively like to see offered. In working together, residents are building relationships with their neighbors. Of all that Project Access does, one of its most popular activities are their community events. These events range in focus, but more than provide a simple social gathering, Project Access is making a conscious effort to establish relationships with its community and amongst the community. These events help build connection and thus solidarity. We can also see evidence of growing solidarity from the various projects achieved by the community members with the help of Project Access. For instance, earlier this year, Valley Palms mothers gathered enough signatures from residents to get a formal crosswalk installed in front of the complex. As you can see in this chart, 90% of residents reported that Project Access helped them form stronger relationships with their neighbors. While this may be only one statistic, it nevertheless demonstrates that Project Access is facilitating solidarity and community development on some level within Valley Palms and East San Jose. My own anecdotal evidence for this came from my time at Project Access working in the after-school program. I witnessed firsthand as these kids played together and got to know one another. Even as kids brand new to the after-school program joined in, the other kids were able to welcome them into the group without missing a beat. Not only that, but Project Access has partnered with over 216 other community organizations in order to bring outside services into these low-income communities. Partners like Second Harvest Food Bank or even city officials have worked with Project Access, something that Yen has facilitated personally. These connections with local groups and low-income housing complexes have meant that the residents are able to more directly communicate their needs and then receive services from these organizations. In this way, Project Access and Yen specifically have facilitated community development not only within resident complexes, but with the surrounding neighborhood as well. From this evidence and the reasons previously stated, it is easy to conclude that both Yen and the organization of Project Access are architects of solidarity. The work has helped thousands of low-income residents to gain access to valuable resources and build their community all at the same time.